This is Sunrise Extra, streaming live on Wave Now.
Hey, good morning and happy end of September.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
No, October 1st is tomorrow. So, yeah, a lot of people say that October 1st is like the time where you should start something new, because then by the end of the year, you'll
you started a habit.
Right.
That makes sense. What should we start?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we have a day to think about it.
Well, my main goal is to get consistent sleep, but that's not going to happen. So it's okay. It's okay. We're going to try anyway. Heading out this morning, the storm tracker traveling through portions of the Highlands right now. And actually, that is Old Louisville. Traveling through Old Louisville right now. I'm going to correct myself there. With the sunshine now starting to come up over the horizon. We still have about 30 minutes until the sun actually comes up, but still already very pretty out there. Clear skies for every single one of us to start off the day. And with those clear skies, our temperatures have dropped down into the upper 50s and the low 60s. Now, over the next 12 hours, we'll return to the 80s, mid to upper 80s, that is, for your highs. So another warm summer-like day. We had the fall weather in summer. Now we have the summer weather in fall. Hey, welcome to the Ohio Valley. Once we get into Wednesday and Thursday, adding in some extra clouds, keeping those temperatures on the warmer side. And by Thursday morning, a lot more of us could be waking up to temperatures in those 50s. So at least a little bit of some cooler weather is going to try to come our way. But for now, we're just going to sweat a bit, Rob, just a little bit though.
And sweating sometimes isn't a bad thing, especially if you're taking a ride today. You may get a little sweat if you have the convertible top down, because it's going to be a warm one up there. But so far, a great start to your early Tuesday morning, keeping an eye on things out there. This is 65 near Broadway. I know it looks a little foggy, but we've all decided here as a team that may be because somebody needs to get the window cleaner out there and clean off the camera lens. Otherwise, things are looking pretty good out there. No major tie-ups or accidents to tell you about it. I do want to pass along something, though, to keep in mind. Starting today, we're talking about a part of Kentucky, 2859. It's going to be closed in Oldham County. It's happening at the section just south of the Ballardsville Road intersection. That closure, by the way, from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. Crews, we've learned, are going to be replacing a cross drain in that area. There's going to be detours set up to help you get around the project. Olivia, let's send it over to you.
Thank you, Rob. LMPD is looking for answers after two men were shot and killed inside an Okolona apartment. It happened at the Falcon Crest apartment just after 10 o'clock yesterday morning. Officers say both men who were killed had multiple gunshot wounds. Our team was there as people showed up to the crime scene throughout the morning, crying and grieving together. One neighbor we talked to says the violence makes her scared for her community.
These children shouldn't be having to worry about if they're going to lose their life just living next door to somebody. We can't even sit outside and enjoy ourselves anymore, no matter where you are in Louisville. It ain't just here. It's not just here. It's everywhere.
The coroner has not released the names of the men killed. LMPD still looking for their shooter. Anyone with information should call the department's anonymous tip line or use their online portal.
Two men are in jail this morning, months after a deadly shooting at a Linden apartment complex. Police arrested 24-year-old Andrew Jackson and 27-year-old Andre Jackson in connection to Adrian Lewis's death. Investigators say Lewis was shot and killed at the Devonshire apartments in May. Charges against both Jacksons include complicity to murder, tampering with physical evidence, and receiving stolen property. LMPD believes everyone involved in this case is now in custody.
Today, a man who shot and killed another man, plus injured one more outside of a factory in Shepherdsville, is expected to learn his punishment. Corey Rowland is scheduled to be sentenced at 8:30 this morning. Police say he shot two people in the parking lot of the Gordon Food Service Distribution Center in February 2023. 24-year-old Charles Puckett Jr. died. Rowland pleaded guilty to murder and first-degree assault. It's recommended he serve 22 years for murder and 10 years for the assault charge.
A man accused of inappropriately touching a girl as she was waiting to be picked up from school is expected to make his first court appearance today. Thanks to an anonymous tip, LMPD arrested Jacob Burnett yesterday. Police say Burnett inappropriately touched the girl while she was waiting to be picked up from school in Crescent Hill near McCready and Richard Avenues. The girl actually took that video you're seeing on the left as the person as they were running away. Burnett is charged with sexual abuse.
One of the three men convicted in Crystal Rogers' murder is taking his appeal to Kentucky Supreme Court. Joseph Lawson's lawyers filed the motion yesterday. Earlier this month, Lawson was sentenced to 20 years in prison for conspiracy to murder and 5 years for tampering with evidence. A judge previously denied Lawson's motion for a new trial. Lawson, along with his father Steve and Crystal's boyfriend at the time she disappeared, Brooks Hauk, were all found guilty in the cases against them. Rogers, a mother of 5, was last seen in July 2015. Her body has never been found. Prosecutors say the Lawsons helped cover up what happened to Rogers. One man is in jail after a high-speed chase in Nelson County. Sheriff's deputies say they tried to pull over Ryan Chesser for speeding and careless driving just after midnight Sunday night near St. Thomas Lane. That's when deputies say Chesser sped off and at one point drove more than 100 miles per hour. The sheriff says deputies' pursuit ended when Chesser's car went off the road and crashed, damaging property in the process. Officers say they found meth and a gun in Chesser's car. He's charged with trafficking a controlled substance and possession of a gun by a convicted felon.
16 people now without a home after an apartment fire in Douglas Hills. Anchorage Middletown fire crews were called to the Vines at Shelby Crossing on La Normandy Drive just after 1 Monday afternoon. Crews found smoke coming from the roof and then saw the flames had spread to other units. No one was hurt. 8 apartments were damaged. The local American Red Cross is helping find new shelter for 16 people who were living at the apartments. Investigators think the cause of the fire may be an electrical issue.
Over the summer, Louisville's Parking Authority of River City proposed adding more than 300 parking meters along Baxter Avenue and Bardstown Road.
Now, Metro Councilman Ben Reno Weber wants to reassure neighbors and business owners who have been skeptical about this because there's been pushback. Business owners claim adding more parking meters would decrease customers and also overcrowd neighborhood streets. Last night at a District 8 advisory board meeting, Reno Weber told people that he's confirmed the meters won't go in right away, but he says he's helping to put together a proposal for parking and wants the community's input.
The new technology has just changed the game. We have options that were not available before. It's not stick a quarter in and you get 15 minutes. We can set whatever hours we want legally. We can set pricing structures wherever we want.
Reno Weber says it's a way for neighbors in the Highlands to be a part of the parking plan. He says there will be a sign-up sheet going around soon for District 8 residents who are interested in helping draft the proposal. The outline for New Albany's growth and development plan is now getting an update.
Last night, planning and redevelopment teams presented their vision for how the city should move forward over the next 20 years. Wave News reporter Rob Wells is here with the details. Rob.
Yeah, and Olivia, the future of New Albany with its charm and historic views is much clearer today. Officials presented an updated version of the city's 2045 wish list of sorts to the Planning Commission. That updates the one that was originally adopted in 2017. Much of the draft plan focuses on specific corridors for increased density in mixed-use districts. That includes areas like State Street, Grant Line Road, and Charlestown Road, and focused redevelopment in the Downtown West, Uptown Silver Street, and Gulf Streets areas.
The 2025 plan expands on the previous version by adding an emphasis on housing development to maintain affordability and support increased owner occupancy.
Despite the outlook for building and so much development, members of the Plan Commission department noted and acknowledged the need to balance environmental concerns. The draft plan encourages conservation efforts, green infrastructure development, and improved environmental policy. The updated plan could get a recommendation at the next Plan Commission meeting. That's October 21st. Council would then vote on it on November 3rd. We have a link to the plan in the story on wave3.com. Olivia, back over to you.
Thank you, Rob. Today, we expect to get another update about the financial health of JCPS. An agenda for a Board of Education meeting tonight shows there's a scheduled vote on a contract for financial and consulting audit services. It comes as the district is facing a projected nearly $200 million budget deficit. The district says it's considering selective hiring pauses and spending cuts on non-essential items and services. We also expect to hear an update from Superintendent Dr. Brian Yearwood and the district's Chief Financial Officer about the budget. Well, the Halloween spirit is in full swing at one of Louisville's favorite attractions. Coming up, we'll tell you where that fun is and how long it runs.
Good morning, 7:11 right now. Okay, we're going to talk about something fun going on at Kentucky Kingdom. It's the annual Pumpkins at Kentucky Kingdom.
Each Friday through Sunday until October 26th, you'll be able to find more than 1,000 glowing pumpkins, plus the fall-themed games and street performances. We have news reporter Kirsten Foote joining us live this morning with a preview. Good morning, Kirsten.
All right, guys. Well, once you've been out at Kentucky Kingdom and you've worked up all of your appetite by riding the rides and checking out everything, you're going to have some food. I'm back here with Logan. And tell me a little bit about what we have with our setup here.
Yeah, we have a caramel apple crisp with ice cream on top. And then we have a mac and cheese with smoked sausage. And then here we have our caramel apple crisp drink.
This is so fun. And tell me about this pass here. So you can do some tastings out here also.
That's right. So if you go to our website, KentuckyKingdom.com, you can get a tasting passport. And so that gets you 4 fall items that are available for a limited time at the park. And this is valid for any operating day during Pumpkins.
Nice. I just drank fall. If fall was a drink, this would be fall. So what is this again? I forgot. Cheers. I already forgot. So it's an apple cider.
Yes, a caramel apple cider, which is really good. You can taste the apple coming through.
Yeah.
It's very light.
Yeah. So 4th year here of Pumpkins at Kentucky Kingdom. What are you most excited about? What's new this year?
We have Discovery Meadow for the first time during Pumpkins, so that's exciting. That's where we are right now. And so guests can come ride those rides, and they can also experience our light tunnel as well as our hay maze.
Fun.
So there's a lot of different added experiences as well, like trick-or-treating, so it's not just the rides.
And there's some fun like pumpkin displays too, and they pay homage to what makes Kentucky so special. Tell me a little bit about those.
That's right. We have our pumpkin pumpkin band. We call them the Pumpkin Seeds Bluegrass Band. And then we also have our jockey horse, which pays homage to the Derby. And then we have a giant spider and a glowing cat.
Oh, fun. And there's some little kitty cats out here. Earlier, they have not made an appearance in our live shots, but I wish they would have. I'm going to have to try one of these little guys here. Oh, my gosh.
Hey, let me know what you think.
This, like, what if that'd be weird to dip that in there. Maybe. And so how can people get tickets? And sorry, guys, when is the event going on?
Yeah, you can go to our website, KentuckyKingdom.com. We have a special offer going right now, which is $34.99 for admission plus unlimited soft drinks. And then you can also get your season pass there. That's KentuckyKingdom.com. And we're operating Fridays through Sunday until October 26th.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. You guys definitely don't want to miss this. Pumpkins at Kentucky Kingdom. This is a place to be for fall. Shannon and Olivia, back to you guys.
Thank you. I love how you said, I just drank fall. If fall was a drink, this is it. You can win 4 tickets to Pumpkins at Kentucky Kingdom, too, for your chance to win. Just fill out the entry form at wave3.com/contests. It's open right now, and we're going to draw and announce those winners every Friday on Wave Sunrise. And I liked that music, too, right?
Tawana and I were both dancing over here. You were playing on your phone, but yeah, we were bouncing around. Yeah. Anything we can do to get in the fall spirit, though, right now, because it doesn't seem like Mother Nature has gotten the memo.
Oh, absolutely not. But that's normal around here. It's true. It feels like if the weather doesn't match the season, that's normal around here, unfortunately. What we're seeing right now, those temperatures in the 50s and low 60s. So it does feel kind of cool, comfortable out there. Humidity not incredibly high. And that is one good thing that we get to keep in the forecast over the next 10 days is that lower humidity. That is until the rain chances return. Now, looking at our SkyTrack camera over downtown Louisville, we're looking off towards the east, patiently waiting for the sun to come up in about 15 minutes. So off to already a pleasant start. Grab the sunglasses. You're going to need it. Right now, we are seeing clear skies for every single one of us. We're going to be watching some clouds off to our west, off towards our east, and we're just going to be happily sitting in the middle of it all, basking in the sunshine, getting back into the mid to upper 80s for your highs this afternoon. And then once we roll into tonight, clear skies, light winds out of the northeast will allow your temperatures to return to the 50s and low 60s. So today and tonight looking pretty good. Now let's peek at your 10-day, because once we head into tomorrow, we'll add in some upper level clouds. These are going to drift in from the west as we head through the morning and into the afternoon. Should make for some pretty cool sunsets as well across our region for tomorrow. So for those of you who are photographers, just keep that in mind. But despite these upper level clouds, sunshine's still easily able to filter through, and that is why we're looking at highs for Wednesday still in the mid 80s in most spots. On Thursday, yes, those clouds will be around. A little bit more of that cooler air pushing into our region, low to mid 80s in the forecast for Thursday. And even on Friday, as more of the blue sky and sunshine returns. For the weekend, we have the potential to see mid to upper 80s for highs across our region as we keep things dry. So even though we have all of those fall events going on, starting this weekend, yeah, it's going to be pretty warm across the region. A front arrives to start off next week. We can see the rain moving in as early as Monday, with the best rain chance as of right now on Tuesday, with that front tapping into some tropical moisture, and that could bring us a decent amount of rain. Maybe not enough to wipe out the entire drought that we have going on across the region, but we could potentially put a decent dent in it. Behind this front, high pressure takes back over. We'll see that northerly air also drifting into our region, and that will allow our temperatures to fall into the 70s for highs for the middle of next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, Tawana. Well, today, U.S. lawmakers have until midnight to pass a spending package and avoid a government shutdown. Thousands of federal workers are at risk of being furloughed.
Amy Kiley reports on how a shutdown might affect you.
Millions and millions of lives will be upended.
The federal government could shut down tonight, and Americans could feel the impact. That's unless Congress reaches an agreement by midnight.
I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing.
Sticking points remain. Democrats want to undo recent Medicaid cuts and preserve certain Obamacare subsidies. They also want to make it harder for the president to cut funds Congress has approved.
This relates to the well-being and the health of the American people.
In a shutdown, non-essential federal employees face furloughs. For Americans, that might affect customer service, paperwork, national parks, food inspections, and more. The White House is even threatening to fire some workers.
The federal workforce is already shrinking rapidly, down by 97,000 jobs.
Social Security payments will continue, but the timing could be confusing. Today, an unrelated executive order is ending paper government checks. Meanwhile, a shutdown could cause travel delays.
Planes will take off, but it's going to be a massive strain on the system.
Some experts worry a government closure could hurt the economy. It also could delay the release of economic reports crucial to investors and the Federal Reserve.
This will be a momentous week for the U.S. economy and the financial markets.
I'm Mimi Kiley reporting.
The governor of Louisiana is opting in and wants federal support to address crime concerns. Governor Jeff Landry requested permission from the federal government to activate up to 1,000 National Guard troops. This comes as the Trump administration fights to crack down on crime and immigration in U.S. cities. They would be deployed to urban centers throughout the state. Landry says there are high rates of homicide, carjackings, and gang violence in cities including New Orleans and Baton Rouge. He adds the troops would help supplement local police and secure critical infrastructure through the 2026 fiscal year. It comes as some cities like Portland, Oregon have been pushing back on President Trump's plan to use federal troops to address crime.
President Trump is urging Hamas and Israel to accept a new 20-point plan to end fighting in Gaza. The plan includes an immediate ceasefire and proposes Hamas release all of the hostages taken during the attack on October 7th, 2023, within 72 hours. It comes after a sit-down talk between President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House on Monday. The Gaza Health Ministry says more than 60,000 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli strikes since that fighting started.
Well, you may want to check the pantry because True Fruit is recalling some of its freeze-dried fruit. It could contain metal fragments. Affected items are the True Fruit freeze-dried strawberries and dark and white chocolate and strawberries and cream. They were sold at several retailers, including Target, Kroger, CVS, and Food Lion. They say no injuries from eating the fruit, though, have been reported yet.
Just ahead here on Sunrise Extra, Halloween just about a month away and the pumpkins are starting to come out.
We'll show you how one man is growing some of the largest pumpkins. Well, have you started shopping for that perfect pumpkin yet? The ones you're about to see, though, would be really hard to carve and probably too big for your porch.
Yeah, they're huge. Will Wagner introduces us to a man who's grown some of the largest pumpkins in the state of Maine.
Elroy Morgan of Charleston is no stranger to growing big pumpkins.
It's a lot of fun. It's people just love seeing a giant pumpkin. It puts a smile on anybody's face.
From heating the ground to preparing for frost, growing pumpkins of such size is no easy feat.
You got to get your greenhouses up and soil cables in and a lot of water and plenty of sunshine and good luck.
While he has set up irrigation, this summer's drought still posed a challenge.
I've had to shut my well off because I lost pressure a couple of times. And so I had to wait until it fills up and then pump more water back out in the garden.
Morgan plans to drop off one of his pumpkins in Bangor, where it will sit in front of Chick-fil-A and be part of a Guess the Weight contest, though it's not even his biggest of the year.
It's over 1,700. It could be 18 now, I don't know. I still got another week of growing, so I still got to keep watering it.
As he's already looking forward to next year, he hopes he can grow one weighing 1 ton or more.
My pumpkins are getting bigger every year. Still haven't got that 2,000 pound yet, but one day I will.
The heaviest pumpkin sits at more than 2,700 pounds, according to the Guinness World Records, and that record was set back in October 2023. We'll be right back.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Oxmoor Auto Group.
Good morning, I'm Shannon Cogan. LMPD is looking for a killer after 2 men were found shot and killed inside an Okolona apartment. It happened at the Falcon Crest apartment just after 10 yesterday morning. It's on Napa Valley. Officers say both men who were killed had multiple gunshot wounds. Their names have not yet been released, but police have not made any arrests in this case. Let's go to meteorologist Tawana Andrew, and it's going to feel like summer again today?
Again today. The 80s are coming back. But right now we're talking about 50s, low 60s to start off today. So cool and comfortable out there with that low humidity helping to make things feel a little bit better as well. Our SkyTrack camera is still pointing to the east, seeing the clear skies overhead, matching with what we're also seeing on the satellite and radar to start off the day. Now with all of the sunshine, we are easily going to climb all the way into those mid to upper 80s for your highs again this afternoon. For many of you, this is about 10 degrees above average as we head into the afternoon hours. Then the 10-day shows more of that warmth sticking around through the rest of the week. Yes, we do add in some clouds for Wednesday and Thursday, but still plenty of sunshine expected then. And we'll see some more of that warm weather around for the weekend. It's not till next week that we start to see some much needed rainfall and also cooler temperatures returning to the forecast. Rob.
Tawana, thanks so much. Keeping our eyes on a traffic incident you need to know about this morning. This is I-65 north at just past St. Catherine Street, the exit there. We have a report of a one-car crash that started about 25 minutes ago than when we first got reports on that. No word of injuries in that area, but you want to give yourself a lot of extra space and time. Again, this is 65 north, just past the St. Catherine Street exit right there. Report of a one-car crash. Emergency responders out there right now taking care of that situation. We're going to send things back to New York. We'll see you in about another 25 minutes.
Hey, good morning, and thanks for staying with us here for Sunrise Extra. I'm Olivia Russell. Happy last day of September. It's also the first day of postseason baseball, so Reds fans certainly have something to look forward to tonight. Unfortunately, my St. Louis Cardinals didn't have the best season, but hey, that's okay. There's always next year, right? Plus, we have plenty to talk about when it comes to fall events happening in our area. So even though it's a bit hot outside, you can at least feel like you're in the fall spirit. So many things to get to. But first, we want to start with the man who's accused of stabbing and killing a Rowan County woman and her daughter. He's pleading not guilty to murder charges. Joshua Cottrell appeared in court virtually this week. Police say he killed Kayla Blake and her daughter Kennedy McWhorter, and they were found dead at a Moorhead home. Alyssa Williams talked to their family members who say they want justice.
Joshua Cottrell, the man accused of killing Kayla Blake and her daughter, Kennedy McWhorter, more than a week ago, appeared in court virtually. He could be seen alongside a public defender who entered a not guilty plea on his behalf.
I feel like we're still in mourning, of course, but also just don't understand how something like this could happen to people who shine so brightly.
Blake's friend, Lacey Stacy, could be seen alongside some of Blake's other friends and co-workers in the courtroom, showing their support.
We're just going to show up. We're going to be there for each other. We're going to be there for Kayla's family if they need us. And then, of course, if anything is asked of the courts that we need to testify or anything like that, we'd be more than willing.
But the support for the mother and daughter extends beyond the courtroom. Kennedy softball coach Wes Coldiron says USSSA Kentucky is hosting a Play for Kennedy's softball tournament toward the end of October. He says proceeds from the tournament will go toward Kayla and Kennedy's family.
More importantly, though, I think it's great for people to get together and for people to heal and show up and support each other. I think that's the biggest message with this tournament, and it's the community outpouring has been tremendous.
Both Stacy and Coldiron say as this case moves forward, justice will always be on the forefront of their minds.
At the end of the day, it means that Kayla and Kennedy are never forgotten, that they're not remembered just because of this horrific tragedy, but they're remembered for the light that they've always shed and shined for everybody else.
In Rowan County, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
And this isn't the first time that Joshua Cottrell has been accused of killing someone. He was previously convicted of manslaughter in 2003 in Hardin County for killing Richie Phillips. Phillips' body was found in a suitcase floating in Rough River Lake. Cottrell said the killing was done in self-defense, saying Phillips attacked him. Cottrell will be back in court on Monday. A Kentucky paramedic team is just hours away from learning its medical future. A hearing will be held today to determine if the medical licenses of Powell County Judge Executive Eddie Barnes and other county EMS workers will be revoked. It comes after they administered anti-venom to a man bitten by a venomous snake earlier this year. While the man who was bitten survived, the state EMS board says only wilderness paramedics can administer anti-venom. Board members there say there's specific training on the anti-venom, and an EMS worker needs to take that specific training.
I think one thing that's important to understand is that antivenom administration has never been included in the baseline paramedic scope of practice. It was added to the wilderness paramedic scope of practice when the wilderness paramedic was created. With antivenom being a very uncommon class of medication and something that is not included in the baseline paramedic, education, somebody without additional training would not have the knowledge to be able to safely administer antivenom.
Now, he clarifies he does not speak for the Kentucky Board of Emergency Medical Services when discussing the situation. The hearing is set for this morning in Frankfort. New this morning, Jeffersonville is expected, looks like we had a little issue with our video there. Hearing that Jeffersonville is expected to receive a major payment from the River Ridge development. Our partners at the News and Tribune report the authority's board of directors approved an agreement to provide Jeffersonville with a one-time $1.7 million payment. The money will go toward municipal public safety service and wastewater treatment. River Ridge managers say the services will allow businesses in the area to grow. The mystery continues right now of the location of a mass grave for Black soldiers who were killed somewhere around Simpsonville during the American Civil War. A team of roughly 24 historians, archaeologists, forensic experts, and community members helped dig for the mass grave on a Simpsonville farm. The hope was to find the final resting place of the 22 Black soldiers who were killed in an ambush attack in 1865. The Shelby County Historical Society wants to give them the burial and honor they deserve. The project has been in the works for 18 years, with experts turning to old diary entries, infrared technology, and history books to lead them to this possible site.
They absolutely have not gotten the proper burial. They were, when it's missing and almost forgotten for 160 years. Now we're going to make sure they're not forgotten. They'll never be forgotten.
The Kentucky Archaeological Survey says they dug 6 trenches and found nothing, but they plan to continue processing data, and they hope to come out to check a new location sometime this spring. New leadership is coming to the Louisville Free Public Library. Mayor Craig Greenberg announced Heather Lowe as the library's new executive director. Lowe has 16 years of library and archive experience. She's worked in Dallas for the past 11 years, serving in a variety of leadership roles. The mayor posted a video on social media introducing Lowe.
Joining us from Dallas, Texas, meet Heather Lowe.
Hi, Louisville. I can't wait to join the community and bring my dog and my bike to explore Louisville and continue offering great learning opportunities for every Louisvillian.
I'm sure her dog and her bike will be just at home here in Louisville. Lowe will begin working here on November 10th. She replaces interim library executive director Barbara Sexton Smith. Well, you can get rid of some old documents and electronics this weekend at a local Better Business Bureau event. The Shred and Recycling event is this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at RML Shredding. That's on Production Drive in Louisville. You can bring up to 4 boxes for shredding and old electronics for secure recycling. Just visit bbb.org to get a full list of the eligible items. The event is free to the public, but the providers will accept donations, and those donations will go towards helping support scam prevention programs and student scholarships. The Park Duval Community Health Center is getting ready to open soon and provide immediate care for those who need it. The office on Wilson Avenue will start helping patients this Friday. The medical staff will be able to offer same-day treatment and for illnesses and injuries that do not require an emergency room visit. It includes preventative care such as examinations, vaccinations, screening tests, and on-site diagnostic services. The office will be open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Mondays and Fridays. You're now able to get a free or low-cost mammogram through Norton's mobile screening facility. It's through a partnership with the YMCA of Greater Louisville. Norton Prevention and Wellness will have their mobile prevention center at 2 YMCA branches. The mobile mammogram facility will be parked at the Northeast Family YMCA tomorrow from 9 o'clock until 4 o'clock. Then it will be at the Republic Bank Foundation YMCA on West Broadway next Tuesday. They'll be offering mammograms and other health screenings. Exams are open to women 40 and older. You can walk in or you can make an appointment on the YMCA's website. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in 2 minutes with plenty of fall events for you to look forward to. Thanks for staying with us here for Sunrise Extra. An Iowa man is making a difference in his community. He's a professional boxer in Des Moines who promotes his fighting experience for a purpose. Alyssa Gomez introduces us to him and finds out what drives him.
For every fighter that walks through the door at EMU Azteca Boxing Club, Coach Enrique Valle sees himself in them.
When I see them here, I think some of them go through the same thing that I went through. And this is their second home.
Uvalle is a professional boxer, a two-time Golden Glove champion, and the founder of this gym. But his story starts a lot differently.
So I grew up in Laredo, Texas. It was hard back in the day when I was younger. I was bullied a lot. Everybody hands up. I got a little bit tired of it. And I just stood up for myself. Did not know I had it in me, but I gave him my right hand. And I put him to sleep. I looked at my hand that day and I was like, I have power.
Power to change the trajectory of his life. Uvalle took up boxing, eventually moving to the Des Moines area.
If I was having a bad day, I would just go to the gym and I would put that in the past.
His newfound passion didn't come without challenges. Whether it was bullies, financial struggles, or finding a gym that suited him, every obstacle that knocked him down, he got back up and got back in the ring.
When you throw that jab, make sure you throw the hip with it.
Wanting to give back to the community, Uvalle eventually decided to open his own gym.
I was nervous to give that next step, but I just got on my knees and I prayed to him that if it's something that was really good for us and for everybody around us, that, why not?
Located on Des Moines' east side.
Don't be a what? Easy target.
Uvalle welcomes fighters of all skill levels. And for many of them, it's a second home.
Anybody that walks through that door is family member now.
His fighters feel the same way.
Everyone's friendly, when you first come, like even if I don't know you, I always make sure to say hi to you, like give you a fist bump or something.
Everybody's family here. Everybody hangs out outside of the gym. When there's family events, we go over there and we all hang out together.
Hang together, train together, grow together, helping each other get better in more ways than one.
The grit that you put in here is the same grit that's going to help you out there, out of these walls.
So while they might aspire to also have a golden belt hang on the wall in the gym, Coach Uvaige is preparing them for so much more.
We lose here, but you lose in life more than you lose in here.
And when you lose, you learn. But when you win, well,
It's the best feeling in the world,
Absolutely, it is. Well, get excited. There's an annual event coming back this weekend, talking about the St. James Court Art Show. There will be artists showcasing their works like paintings, sculptures, and so much more stuff that you probably can't even imagine. There will also be plenty of food and drinks. The 3-day event is free to attend, but heads up, you'll probably spend some money there because there are going to be some things that you'll want to buy. It's set to happen this Friday through Sunday. Halloween festivities are coming early to the Creasy Mayhem Nature Preserve. They're hosting their 19th annual haunted hike this weekend. The Halloween event will have inflatables, face painting, and of course, plenty of candy. If you get tickets in advance, they cost you $8, but they'll cost $10 at the gate. We spoke to the executive director who says you should come prepared and expect a lot of treats.
You'll get more than $8 worth of candy. I mean, at 18 treat stations and 24 or more booths, candy everywhere. We recommend parents bring bags. Otherwise, we'll give them bags for collecting candy.
And I'm sure all the kids are like, yes, I want to go to that. So kids 2 and under get in for free. And again, it's happening on Sunday evening, October 5th from 3 to 7 o'clock. The Louisville Zoo is throwing a Halloween party, but this one is just for the adults. It's called Skelebration, and it raises money for zoo programs. Adults can go down the traditional Boo at the Zoo route, but there will be special treats, cocktails, and then tastings along the way. People are also encouraged to wear their costumes.
And you're going to get 4 opportunities to pick your poison. So you're going to have beer options, wine options, mocktail, and for the non-alcoholic, the mocktail options as well. And there'll be bites by a bunch of different restaurants.
Tickets are on sale right now. It's happening after hours at the zoo on Wednesday, October 8th. So that will be from 6 to 9 p.m. Waterfront Park is launching a new monthly history series at Playport. The park is close to both the Portland and Russell neighborhoods. The series will start on October 12th and continue through next September. Each session will explore a different topic related to the people, places, and events that shaped the city's early history. Well, there's so much to talk about in the sports world. We're going to talk about that coming up in just about 2 minutes. Well, yesterday I saw quite a few people wearing their Cincinnati gear. That's because the Reds are back in the playoffs for the first time since the pandemic shortened 2020 season. Even though it's a celebration time for making it, the Reds don't start their postseason run with an easy series. That's because they'll be heading west to take on the reigning champions, the LA Dodgers. The series is a short one. It's a best-of-3 series, meaning the first to win 2 games advances to the next round. And Reds fans, sorry, you're going to have to stay up late tonight if you want to catch that game. It starts at 9 o'clock, and you can watch it on ESPN. The boys in purple will be the boys in pink this weekend as the club embraces a pink night theme, recognizing Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They unveiled the new kit they'll be wearing as they host Indy 11 on Saturday at 7:30 at Lynn Family Stadium. Pink Night aims to raise both money and breast cancer awareness while recognizing members of the Louisville community impacted by the disease. Fans are encouraged to go out to the game in their best pink outfits and match the players. And if you like the jersey, hey, you can get it right now online and at the team shop, with proceeds benefiting U of L Health Brown Cancer Center. U of L volleyball is ranked 6th in the country as they prepare for a road trip out west for 2 conference games this weekend. Thanks to the newcomers in the ACC, U of L will play at California at 10 o'clock local time on Friday night before meeting 4th-ranked Stanford on Sunday afternoon. Head coach Dan Meskey says preparing for the travel and time difference can be difficult.
We just found that sticking with our routine, and then when we get there, if they have to nap, if they have to kind of extend their game day routine, we've had our most success with that. But we've tried everything, and the more we try, the more we're chasing our tail, that we're just like, hey, we're going to stick with our routine, adjust as much as we need to on that actual game day, but let's just keep it as normal as possible.
U of L is 10-2 on the season with 3 straight sweeps ever since that heartbreaking loss to Kentucky. A big congratulations to a UK freshman. She was awarded with a big honor. Kentucky freshman setter Cassie O'Brien was named SEC Setter of the Week. O'Brien led UK with 2 sweeps in SEC play with 40 assists in her first career SEC match and then 34 assists against Georgia in a 3-set victory. She also had 13 digs and 4 blocks, leading the Cats to an undefeated start to SEC play through 2 games for the first time since 2021. Kentucky plays only 1 match this week as the Wildcats take on Ole Miss in Oxford on Friday night. That game will be played at 7 p.m. Really impressive how we have such great volleyball programs here in the Commonwealth too. That's all the time we have here for Sunrise Extra. I hope you have a great Tuesday and a last day of September. We'll see you in October. Have a great one.